I'm Olivia Wayne, and this is the SheerLuxe Show. Today we're talking about key trends for next season with Polly Sayer. All the tips you need to achieve healthy skin, a very inspiring interview, and see what Heather Steele gets up to on a jaunt around London. But first, I'm joined by Claudia Beresford, Patricia O'Dwyer, and Leila Kashanipour. How are we all, ladies?
Good, thank you.
Good.
Welcome, you two. This is your debut.
It is.
How are you feeling?
We're good, right?
We're good now.
We're good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you're great. And we love your style and we love everything you are. So
Thank you.
I'm excited to get into it with you. Speaking of style, let's start with the BAFTAs. Let's start with some of those insanely stunning outfits. Any favourites? Patricia?
I was obsessed with Ho Yeon-jung, the girl from Squid Game, in that gold Louis Vuitton. I mean, I need to wear it.
Where would you wear that
Yeah, I know.
to?
I mean, probably the shops, nursery pickup. But I just was obsessed. I thought it was just like the cut, the colour, the everything. It was gorgeous. I thought she looked incredible.
Also, her stature and she
just-
wore that. She looked like
She
an award.
wears clothes so well,
Yeah.
doesn't she? But
Stunning.
unreal. That was my favourite.
Claudia, any faves?
I loved Carrie Mulligan's Dior, very simple square neckline dress. I think it was just stunning.
That is so her, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
She is
so
very
hard.
classy and
understated.
elegant.
Yeah.
But it's a big event. Do you not want to push out the bow a bit?
Yeah.
What would you wear to that type of thing?
Probably that, to be
Really?
fair.
Really
I would.
simple?
I just think that in a big event like that, I wouldn't want to be the one standing out. I would want to be, not blending in as such, but I think that was just such an elegant,
It's quite an elegant one as well,
incredible-
though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Compared to some of the awards and it was very sort of.
It's not a
And
cheap
very
dress,
chic.
you know.
herself.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
very true to herself. I
That's
think.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is your favourite, Leila?
Julianne Moore.
Really, why?
She's just the epitome of elegance, and she's 62 years old, and I want to look like her when I grow up.
I think you will.
Oh, thank you. That's a compliment. I
chic.
love her. So chic, Bulgari and Saint Laurent. Couldn't go.
So good.
Good brands, aren't they?
So good. Yeah.
What was your favourite?
Thank you for asking me, Patricia. I love Lily James. It wasn't Ralph and Russo. It was just, I don't know if it was the Ralph part or the Russo part, but
The pearl.
it was like a Diamante spider web, which isn't normally, I wouldn't
Yeah.
opt to go with Spider-Man, but it worked. But the train and the bow, and she looked magnificent.
Yeah, amazing.
And I backed Florence Pugh for doing the big thing.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
she is quite impactful in
Yeah,
her
she
fashion.
was on the cover of everything.
Yeah.
So it
and I
made-
liked the
she
hair,
made an
the
impact.
hair matching the dress.
Absolutely.
It was all. I mean, I feel like we have to mention
Let's
Catherine
go.
in that white. Was it Alexandra McQueen?
I think so.
With the gloves, and I think she's worn it before. But
I think she's worn it there before a few years ago.
Which, to be fair, I feel like given the current climate,
Climate,
it's quite
yeah.
cool to see somebody of
No,
that
that's
stature
amazing.
doing that.
Doing it, yeah.
But why wear the same dress to the same event? You wouldn't, like, she has literally a pic of the
She's
bunch
not
of
short.
her existing wardrobe,
Very
but
true.
she tweaked it with black
The
gloves.
Black gloves,
I
yeah,
kinda-
that looks
I
true.
don't know if I love it or not. I'm not sure where
Do
I
you know what?
stand
For
with the
me,
gloves. It's a
compared
bit-
to the way she styled it last time,
Yeah.
I probably would have gone
Yeah.
sans gloves. But
Hey,
it was.
There
it's
is.
fashion.
Fashion.
You just make your own decision. All right, now did you see that Kat Deely had the same dress on as Liam Payne's girlfriend, Kate Cassidy? So they both wearing Carolina Herrera. What would you do in that situation? Have you turned up to an event in exactly the same outfit?
It's quite funny, I think, when it happens, and I think a lot of the time when you get ready for a wedding or for an event, you always think, oh gosh, am I
What
gonna?
if?
Is
Yeah,
someone else
exactly.
going to wear this dress? So I think if you feel like you risk going that route, maybe try to accessorize it in a different way than
Exactly.
you've seen on the high street or on Instagram or whatever.
Yeah, bring your personal style
Yeah,
into it.
yeah.
Make it your own.
Make it your own.
and then I
But
think
it's
you've
quite-
got to own it. I think
Yeah.
you've
Yeah,
got
I
to
would
jump
own
You've
it.
got to, for
You
sure.
can't sort of shy away from this
I
situation.
turned up at an event where Rachel, my friend, and I, without knowing, we literally wore the same outfit, and it was like a feather, a silky suit. So it wasn't like you could tell we walked into the room wearing the same thing.
It was an impactful
It was
outfit.
quite
I mean, you both
impactful.
looked amazing.
But yeah, we thank you.
You have
But yeah, we
good
styled it
taste, both of
differently.
you,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
And actually, it's a great photo op. It's a great Instagram
Yeah,
moment.
exactly.
So own it and enjoy
Exactly.
it. And then you've got a buddy for life.
For sure.
It's great. I bet Kat Deely styled it out. She's cool, isn't
I
she?
love
bet
Kat
she
Deely.
definitely
She's
did that.
cool.
Yeah, she's cool.
She's a cool cat.
All right, thanks, ladies. Now, on to more fashion. Spring is really just around the corner, and it's time to start getting excited for new fashion. Polly Sayer is talking us through the key trends that we should invest in now. Hello,
guys, it's Polly and I am here to talk to you about some key trends for spring, summer and some ideas on how to style them. So the first trend I want to talk to you about today is boudoir detailing, and this encompasses a whole load of different things from lace detailing, like with this little cami top, which you could just wear under a blazer with a slip skirt. Anything that's kind of really hyper feminine really comes under the boudoir trend. So naked dresses, cutout detailing, sheer fabric. There are ways to do the trend that don't involve just getting loads of skin out if that's not really your thing. For me, it's all about incorporating little elements of that with some slightly edgier parts to your outfit, just to keep things nice and balanced. And for example, I've gone for this sheer top from Zara, which has got a built-in slip underneath, and I've just styled it with a blazer, some slouchy jeans and some ballet flats from Port and Pear. If you were feeling brave, you could take the slip underneath from this top and just wear a nice lacy bra for date night. I love that really hyper feminine fabric with the androgynous blazer. I think that balance really works. So don't be afraid to try those little elements with that trend and just incorporate them bit by bit. And the next trend is candy pink. I'm sure a lot of you will be really pleased to hear this one. So I've picked out this amazing jumper from H&M with some silky trousers, also from H&M. I've seen a lot of a kind of like fuchsia pink, but this is a slightly more pared back, toned down version, which I often think is a little bit easier to style. I think the key with this look, if you're going for head to toe, is just mix your textures. So a nice silk with a wool looks really nice. I think a silky trouser is really nice going into spring, particularly because you could wear it with a pair of sandals once it gets a bit warmer, but for now, a little pair of kitten heels or a pair of ballet flats would work really nicely. The next trend is double denim. Now, we're big fans of this in the SheerLuxe office, and I saw it everywhere when I went to Copenhagen Fashion Week. And it's not just about wearing jeans and a denim shirt, you could wear it with a long denim skirt as well if you wanted to. I have actually gone for a classic look with the denim shirt and a pair of jeans from Levi's. I think if you're new to a full double denim look and you're a bit apprehensive, then go for a slightly different colour shirt to your jeans. However, this is quite similar because I feel like I'm a seasoned pro and I can go for it. You could lean into a Western vibe with a Western boot. However, I am going to tuck in some white boots from Massimo Dutti for a really cool look. And the next trend I want to talk to you about is waistcoats, which is a trend I'm really excited to try more of. So I've got this one from And Other Stories, which I just think is a really nice grey colour. The look is really cool if you wear it with matching trousers. I know this does come with matching trousers for a kind of suiting look, but it also looks really great mixed and matched as well. So you could wear it with a pair of white trousers like this. Wear it with a t-shirt underneath if you want your arms to be a little more covered, but I do also think it looks really cool by itself as a top once the season gets a little bit warmer. Layer up lots of gold jewellery, add a pair of trainers or just a pair of sandals once it gets warmer. I just think it's a really nice way to mix up tailoring. If you're big into your blazers and you get a bit bored of wearing them on repeat, then do try a waistcoat. And the final trend I want to talk to you about is cargo trousers. Now, these are bound to have a major moment this season. So if you buy into one pair of trousers this season, make it a pair of cargos. These, again, have kind of been brewing for a little while, but particularly going into spring, summer, that lighter fabric really works. These ones from River Island are a nice kind of silky style, which are great for styling from day to night. You could go for the kind of classic, more utility vibes. Pair of white ones with a pair of heels. I think that looks really nicely for that kind of high-low balance. With these, I'm just going to go for a jumper and a pair of heeled boots for now. But once it gets further into the season and it gets a little bit warmer, switch out your boots for a pair of sandals and a t-shirt and you're good to go. And those are some key trends for spring, summer. Let us know which one was your favourite, and you can find all the links to everything featured in the show notes.
Tamagotchis and then Nintendogs.
My first
Obsessed.
Nintendo was a chocolate brown Labrador and he was called Reggie. And I always used to shout,
Reggie, Reggie!
oh my god. Who remembers Beyblade? With the zip cord and you go...
Kind of gives me what I would visualise the word BMX as a theme.
They were like pieces of string and you'd wrap them in your hands with a friend.
Oh, like a cat's crate. It was a cat's cradle.
And you used to go, cat's crate.
Thank you, Polly. That was so fab and will help me buy better for next season. I do love a cargo pant, though. How about you guys? Any good picks? What did you think? Double denim, I love.
White
I love
always
double
double
denim.
denim.
cargo, yeah.
Forever double denim.
And
I
that
also love
sheer
that.
white top. That's so me, like for a night out.
Yeah.
I love that bit.
That would look nice
demure
with
and-
this as well,
It would
actually.
actually, yeah.
Well, ladies, maybe I'll add to basket right now. Although must buy better. Think of at least 5 ways to wear it. That's the key.
Yeah.
Are you like looking forward to spring trends?
Yes.
Getting out of heavy layering.
So excited for spring.
I'm done.
you?
I'm done. I'm
Yeah,
done with
I feel
winter.
like we're all a bit springy
Yeah,
today.
I think we're very
We're transitioning
Yes,
as we
we
speak.
are.
Amazing. All right, so moving away from fashion trends for a minute and onto hair care trends. Now, there seems to be a few new looks that are catching on. First up is the perm making a comeback. Vogue ran an article that featured Katie Holmes and Emily Ratajkowski wearing pretty voluminous curls. Also, there's Hailey Bieber's new bob. So drastic hair trends are back. What do you think? Have you ever done the drastic chop? Layla, I bet you're classic and haven't done it. That's my guess.
I have gone, no, I haven't done the bob. I can't do it. And I feel like it just wouldn't suit me. I need longer layers to frame my face. And I think the maximum, this is the riskiest. This is risky.
You crazy girl.
I'm crazy. This was last year. And I did change color. So I was super blonde. And I've gone back to my natural roots. It's easier to maintain. And I feel a bit younger. So yeah, that's my drastic.
Whoa, you just slow down. You don't know who we're talking to now. I bet you've gone nuts though.
I really have. Haven't
You've got a wild twinkle in your eye.
Yes, yeah. I actually went blonde. I waited until I got married. I really wanted to try blonde, and I really gave it a go for a few months. But it really changed the way like my face looked, and even my makeup. I felt like I couldn't do like even my red lipstick, my Ruby Woo that I used to go to the whole time. It just didn't really suit me at all. But yeah, I had 3 months of being blonde. After about 6 months of trying to get to that colour, which is so painful, so don't do it. Please don't do it.
And also you're so dark.
Yeah, right. So my eyebrows, I look like Madonna, but not in the Madonna good way. Do you know what I mean?
But at least you tried it.
I
right?
tried it. I tried it.
Also, you have to try it to then know it's put that to bed.
Yeah.
I'd love to go lighter. I've been talking about it for about 5 years, but I'm like you. I'm going to wait until I get married and then go now.
You mustn't do anything drastic pre-wedding.
If you want to look like yourself,
Exactly.
for sure.
I did the classic after marriage. My hair was like, I could sit on it.
Wow.
Which is, I always think, I just go too far, but I just thought you needed it for the styling. Anyway, I literally cut it to here immediately after. Actually, when I first started at SheerLuxe, it was shorter. But then I just grew it out instantly.
Yeah.
And
I
the
love your hair.
styling's
It's stunning.
harder. When you have that weight, you can just, obviously Hailey Bieber gets her hair done every 3 seconds.
Right.
But normal people, it's harder to manage when you're,
I used to have my hair always at my shoulders, but it's just it's a lot of upkeep.
So we're all going to stay calm, stay classic and ourselves.
Safe.
Good choice. All right, so moving on from hair and onto skincare. Dr. Roshini Raj is sharing her top tips for great skin, from probiotics in your diet to the pillars of a strong skincare routine and the importance of sleep. Definitely worth a watch.
Hi, I'm Dr. Roshini Raj, practicing gastroenterologist and founder of Tula Skincare, and I will be sharing my 5 top tips for great skin. Number 1, eating foods rich in probiotics. As it turns out, your gut and your skin are tightly linked because what happens in your gut has such an impact on your skin, we call that interplay the gut-skin axis. When your gut microbiome is unbalanced, you can develop whole body inflammation, which recent research shows can then affect skin conditions like rosacea, eczema, psoriasis, and acne. When incorporated into the food you eat, probiotics make the gut microbiome happy and healthy, your immune system calm, and your overall inflammation level low. And when inflammation is low, your skin benefits. It gets thicker, stays hydrated better, and is less sensitive. You get that outer glow from your inner health. Number 2, introducing probiotic extracts into your routine. At Tula, we're passionate about probiotic extracts because they're a true breakthrough in skincare. They're recognized for their clinically proven ability to improve skin health and help maintain its balance. At Tula, we use extracts that are derived from probiotics found in the foods we love. The probiotic extracts that we formulate with at Tula can contain nutrients like vitamins, organic acids, and proteins that nourish skin. All skin types, from oily, acne-prone, and even sensitive, can benefit from probiotics. Let's take a closer look into some of my favorite products. Let's start with our award-winning and bestseller, the cult classic Purifying Face Cleanser. It's a gel-based formula that removes dirt, oil, and makeup without over-drying skin. It's also packed with superfoods like turmeric, white tea, and blueberry that help improve skin texture. Meet the perfect do-it-all moisturizer, our award-winning 24/7 moisture hydrating day and night cream. It's formulated with hard-hitting ingredients like peptides and squalane to help tone, firm, and nourish the skin. It's lightweight, non-greasy, and clinically proven to provide all-day hydration. I'm so excited to share with you the product I could never go without, the product I would take with me on a desert island, Beauty Sleep Overnight Repair Treatment. Our most potent treatment combines probiotic extracts, AHAs, and vitamin C to target signs of premature aging, smooth the appearance of wrinkles, and improve the look and tone and texture, all while you sleep. Number 3, eating plenty of dietary fiber to improve the delivery of nutrients to the skin. The key to a healthy microbiome starts with what we eat. I like to start my day with a breakfast that I know is good for my gut. I include fiber, which is key for healthy digestion as it keeps our colon healthy and the lining of our intestines strong. I love to have yogurt every day because it contains live cultures, which are a great source of probiotics. And then I add some prebiotics like fiber-rich granola, oatmeal, or berries, which are great in terms of antioxidant activity. Number 4, avoiding certain ingredients. I never eat processed meats because they contain nitrites, which are really toxic for your gut. Now I say never, I do have a hot dog once a year on July 4th in the US, but other than that, I really try and avoid them. I also avoid taking antibiotics and anti-inflammatories on an empty stomach. Antibiotics can be life-saving and necessary at times, but I never overuse them for myself or my patients because they can really destroy your microbiome. It could take months or even years to restore that balance. Number 5, getting enough sleep. As the body's first line of defense, your skin during the day is constantly active and defending against both internal and external aggressors like oxidation, sun, weather, pollution, and the aging process. Sleep is when the skin has the ability to recover from defending itself all day. As we sleep, our skin goes through a recovery cycle, which, when cut short, will lead to skin not being able to properly repair itself. Here's a fun fact. Your evening skincare routine is so important because when we sleep at night, our body temperature typically rises, making skin warmer, which allows for better product absorption. At the same time, it's susceptible to overnight water loss, which is why using products to help counteract dryness will help keep your skin looking healthy and glowing from the inside out.
Thank you so much, Dr. Roshini. They don't call it beauty sleep for no reason. I really do try and get 3 hours if I'm lucky. I'm like always exhausted. So that's why my skin is rubbish. Got it, thanks. No, but seriously, what do we learn? Probiotics, do we take them? Do we use them?
We take them.
We do?
When we remember to.
Yeah.
I don't
Do you take them?
No, I mean, to be fair, I've kind of learned that yogurt and blueberries and that kind of, you get your probiotics from there, from watching that video, so that's good. But that's the extent of my knowledge and understanding and proactivity about probiotics, to be fair.
Well, let's get you more active.
Right. I want to know more. I really want
It's
to
all
learn
in the
more.
gut, right? So
Yeah.
Gut is your everything.
Gut
Your
health.
gut health is your skin health, your immunity, your hair health, your everything health.
That was interesting for me though. Like, I probably sound really naive, but my stomach's fine. And so I never really thought like I needed prebiotics as much. But learning about the skincare side of it now, I'm like,
I also
it's
think,
like
unfortunately, we do all have this like probably unachievable aim of like what your skin should be based on great videos and editing, and that is not the norm. I mean, look at you all look glowy and dewy and fresh and well. So I think you're probably all great. So don't worry about it. You look great.
gotta keep it.
Yeah, gotta keep
Yeah,
it.
that's
Gotta
true.
keep it. Hyaluronic, get it in. All right, should we get back to fashion? It's Fashion Month. New York has just finished and London's just begun. So who is nailing the Fashion Week street style? Any contenders? I'm going first, Hannah Lewis. I think she always kills
You
it.
stole that.
We both picked the same one. I wanted it in there. No, but she kills
She
it.
just looks, I mean, she
so
never
cool.
misses, does she?
Yeah. Anyone else who you like him?
I like Tiffany Sue.
Oh, yeah.
She's cool. And Emily Sindleb. She is,
Yeah,
her
so
hair
fun as well.
is insane. And she
Insane.
has fun with it.
Yeah.
She injects color really cool, nicely.
I
Her
agree.
body's insane. And yeah.
All her pictures are literally like
Perfect.
a shoot. Like she nails it.
She nails it.
Even having a cross on it just looks
Yeah, just sort
perfect.
of the way she eats it, just is fashion.
It's so cool. Okay, we love
She
her.
never gets crumbs all over her top,
Never.
does she?
No.
That hair.
I know.
I would like a proper hair care routine on that.
I know.
Oh,
It looks
beautiful.
so good. The color, everything, she gets it.
We love her.
Yeah, we love her.
Cool. We're girls crushing hard. Claudia, who do you like?
I really loved Grace Ganem. Is that how you
Yes,
say it?
she's
I think
really
her New
something.
York Fashion Week street
Exactly.
style was incredible.
Yeah.
She wore this like all camel outfit, which looked just awesome.
And her confidence.
And
is
her confidence. I mean, the next video after that she posted was of this naked pink sparkly dress. I just love that vibe.
She owns it.
Can that be me one day, please?
It will be, but that's a real like confidence with age. Like she just knows it doesn't mean anything. Just have fun.
Fun, yeah.
She
And
doesn't take it
confidence
seriously.
is the sexiest
Yeah,
attribute
it
you
is.
got.
It's true.
Ladies,
I think,
Trisha.
speaking of fun, I just find Holly Mercedes, I just love everything she wears. I really think she has so much fun with her outfits, and like it's quite casual and comfortable, but like just so much fun. I love everything she wears. And Leonie Han, so extra, but she just
Real
so
life
much.
Barbie.
Oh, that like the white top, white blazer denim mini that she
yes, I
posted the
saw
other
that,
day.
yeah.
I mean,
You're kind of halfway there.
she inspired me.
Do they inspire you when you get
Oh,
dressed?
totally.
But some of them are like, whoa, extra, as we said. So you just take a bit, you take a vibe, you take an attitude. Like, what do you take from these street styles?
Like a little like inspiration, but I don't think I could pull a Leonie Han ever.
I
It's
think
just
that's the
nice to
difference,
look
yeah.
at. It's inspiring.
Like Leonie Han, I would say is one level of like, I probably wouldn't turn up to
Yeah.
coffee in that. But Holly Mercedes though, I think
it's
like
doable.
she's so cool at Fashion Week, but then like you could wear that. Like you could wear it tomorrow to go out for lunch with your friends. And she does, which I think is very cool.
Do you ever put things on and be like, can I? And then you just push through, and then you're like, A, no one cares, and B, I feel really good in it. Like, I guess people watching who are, because you all are in an influencer space, so you kind of do push boundaries and try things, but then do you go out in real life in it and feel kind of confident, or are you ever like, this isn't me, this isn't me?
The truth is that no one actually cares.
Yes,
when you
it's
walk
true.
out the door, you just think, oh God, people are going to think I look silly in this. But
nobody-
no one cares. People care about what they look like, right? So just go for it. Whenever people ask, if you do like Q&As on Instagram, if people ask, what should I wear with, I don't know, these trousers or this coat, I just think whatever you want. Just wear what you've got, you know.
Yeah, but you take it for granted that for you, it's an obvious and you're
right,
confident
yeah.
with it. Some people do feel
That's
in the
true.
workplace,
Part
will
of it,
people
though,
laugh?
I think the confidence, if you feel confident in something, then wear it.
Yeah.
Because also, like
to be
I've
you.
tried trends, and when you don't feel confident in it at the same time, it just doesn't.
I agree on that. Trends, it's you. Not everything suits you, right?
100%.
You have to just take elements on it and adapt it to your style. Feel good about it, and just have your own DNA, own touch.
What would you say yours is? Because I think you are quite, like, you know your look, I would say.
I think I know myself. I don't like trends personally. I like to pick things from 10 years ago from my closet and adapt it to something new. Like I picked up these jeans because wide leg cargo jeans are on trend from Zara, but then I bring something that is, I don't know, like more colorful, more me, mix it, layer it. It has to feel me. That's the key. And it doesn't matter if it looks good on someone else. If I can't do it, it doesn't suit my body shape.
Yeah.
I just don't apply it.
See, that feels very confident in a great way. Like, you know yourself.
Yeah,
to know
I know,
what you,
I know
to know what you
myself.
like
Exactly.
is the sign of
exactly.
confidence.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you, ladies, and thank you for that insight.
Thank
All
you.
right. Next up is an interview with Emma Bishop, a truly inspirational lady whose positive attitude in the face of adversity is incredible. She sat down with Georgie last week to share her journey from being diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer despite never having smoked to her training for the London Marathon.
Today I'm joined by Emma Bishop, a 38-year-old married mother of 2 adorable children, Edo and Bea, aged 4 and 5, and 2 doggies, Luna and Louie, on the 1st of April after going into hospital with a collapsed lung and suspected pneumonia. She was diagnosed with incurable stage 4 EGFR mutant non-small lung cancer, which had spread to both lungs, lymph nodes, the spine, ribs, pelvis and liver. She's never smoked. Emma is here to share her story and raise awareness for the Royal Marsden Cancer Charity.
Hi, thank you for having me.
You look, I was just saying how chic and gorgeous you look, and how grateful we are for you coming in
Thank
today
you for having me.
And talking to us about your story. Can we start with your diagnosis? I said you never smoked. How was your health prior to that moment?
I think back now, and I think I was probably in a slow sort of decline and didn't sort of realise. But I'd always been healthy, never sort of got chest infections, never really got colds, was one of those mums you just crack on and keep going and push through it all. And it was sort of November in 21 when I sort of got this cough and tightness in my chest, and that was unusual for me. So I was very confused, and I called the GP, and they sort of said, well, you don't have any other symptoms, so it's probably viral, so it'll just get better on its own. And sort of a couple of months later in January, it just hadn't really got better, and I was feeling worse and worse, and by then I started getting pain in my ribs every time I coughed, and just in general, if they were touched, they were hurting so much. So I went to A&E, and they sort of found nothing on X-ray. The X-ray looked fine. My bloods were good. Overall oxygen levels were good. It was all fine, so I left. 6 weeks later, I got a call from the GP to say that the X-ray had been reviewed, and they'd seen a very slight grey area on the lower left lung and a swollen lymph node. So probably in line with infection. And I was put on a course of antibiotics. I didn't get better. Went back for another X-ray, and this was around March, I'd say. And by that point, we saw that the lower left lobe had collapsed. And I was in a mess by then. I was exhausted and I was in pain. So I was referred to a chest physician, and on sort of CT, it still looked like infection. So I was admitted to the Princess Grace for 5 days on an intravenous drip of antibiotics. And he was pretty confident that that would nail it. But when I wasn't getting better in hospital and they were taking blood so regularly and there was no sort of marker for infection, I think at that point they started to kind of get concerned that something else was going on here. Then I went straight in for a bronchoscopy, where they went down sort of into the lungs. It was pretty clear then, and they saw the tumour. So they didn't really tell me at the time, because, you know, until it's all been tested for and whatever, they're not really going to give you that. So I went to my follow-up on sort of the Wednesday afterwards, and I went by myself because I was so convinced it was just fungal or it was going to be fine. Suddenly knew it wasn't, because the chest physician came down and got me from the waiting room where you'd normally go up to him. And we went into a different room and there was someone else sitting there. And I remember just saying, "What's up, doc? What's going on?" And he was like, "Well, you have lung cancer." And I was just like, "I have what? I'm sorry." And I was on my own and my husband wasn't with me. He was on the tube, so I couldn't get through to him. And it was just a complete shock.
And they said lung cancer and.
At that stage, they didn't know. So they knew it was lung cancer. They didn't know what type. The next stage was a PET scan, brain MRI, which got turned around really quickly. Brain MRI came back clear, just the normal crazy in there, nothing, nothing for them to worry about. And I just thought, oh, it can't have spread. But now I think about it, it was so obvious that it had because of all the pain that I was getting and how tired I was. So getting the stage 4 diagnosis was so that came next, but I still didn't know what it was and whether it was treatable. So I then got another message, so there's about a 10-day period of waiting and longer, kind of. Luckily I was private, so it was relatively quick. And luckily I got the message to say there is a drug that works very, very well on this type of lung cancer, and that's the one I'm on now.
And this is the drug that has significantly shrunk your cancer, and it's quite a promising new drug therapy for cancer. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
So this drug is the first line of treatment if you've got a stage 4 diagnosis.
Right.
It's not going to cure it. It's not going to hold forever, but it will work for a period of time. we just don't know how long that will be. It's
For
good
now,
for now.
you said it's sort of dormant. It's labelled as it's not gone away.
No,
but
so
it's asleep. And
yeah, it's worked incredibly well. So I'm coming up to a year in April. So the last 10 months, and so there's now no evidence of disease beyond the lung. And the original tumour is sort of about half, if not a third of the size. And there's no evidence on paper in the rest of my body. But
it remains a stage 4.
Stage 4. It's asleep. It's sleeping, basically. We
Stay
like
asleep.
It.
Stay asleep.
Exactly. Stay asleep, please. It's an incredible drug. It's been around for about 5 years, and it is available on the NHS now. It has been for a while.
And you're private, as you said, but I mean, the NHS is amazing, and
They're
this is where we are so lucky. I'm quite a defender of the NHS.
We are extremely lucky, and this drug is obviously now on the NHS. So wherever I'd gone, it would have been the standard treatment for me. I'm extremely lucky to be, though, at the Royal Marsden with Professor Sanjay Poppet, who is, I mean, he's a superhero in lung cancer, and I adore him. He's just, and I have a wonderful relationship with him, and being that we're going to be in this together for the rest of my life.
I mean, you have 2 wonderful children. I mean, you said before we went on air that they could see you were not well. You said that you told them that Mummy was recharging her batteries, resting her batteries. I mean, gosh, that's a whole other conversation. But I mean, I'd love to touch on it for anyone watching who's going through something similar or knows who's someone that is. I mean, how do you balance that? You also mentioned that you had an amazingly supportive employer, and there's some change happening there.
I mean, I was torn away from work. Like, shut down on sick leave. No one could really, contact me about work. And we had so many projects. It was my boss's wedding coming up. And suddenly this project I've been working on for such a long time was just taken away. And all the renovations that I'd been working on were all gone. And I felt so much of the time that I was letting everybody down, my kids down, them down. It was really hard to deal with, and then I had too much time to myself and too much time to think, and that can be quite dangerous.
Yeah.
But we're in a good place at the moment, I think, because of the fundraising that I'm doing and the goal with the marathon, for example.
Yeah, we'll come to that. I mean, it's incredible.
But I mean, work were exceptionally supportive, and amazing. I think part of the reason that I was able to recover as well as I have been, and support my own sort of health and mental health, was that I had that support and that time, and I wasn't stressed. I knew the kids were safe. They arranged a nanny for me for the first 6 months to help me to rest, and I knew at that point that the kids were fine, and that was so important to me, that the kids were okay, and it wasn't putting too much pressure on my husband, because if he fell apart as well.
Yeah, it's a lot for him too. I know we always talk about the children, but it's a lot for him. But you said that work have been amazing. I mean, that's a lesson to us all. And you said now you have, you're there in the morning for the children, you're there in the afternoon, you rest in the middle of the day.
Absolutely.
And actually you said you're quite enjoying the small things.
I really have a lovely little routine going where sort of drop-ups, my husband will do the drop-off. I get them ready and I tidy up all the bedrooms, do breakfast, my husband drops them off. So I don't have to get dressed super early and take my time. And then I do my training in the middle of the day, and then I have lunch, and then I go and have a rest with the doggies and a recharge for pickup, so that I have energy for the kids and bedtime and bath time. And my time is so beautifully used now for all the things that I want them for.
Yeah.
And
so to look after yourself and you know your mental health. And actually, you said, whilst the cancer is dormant, it's those drugs that really take it out of you, don't they?
They do.
Are huge.
And fatigue is really difficult. It's the one that hits me the most. It's because I'm on the same dose as a man of the drug, so it's not sort of done on weight or size or anything. So I'm on the same dose, so it's going to hit me pretty hard. Yeah. But I'm managing that, and it hits me around lunchtime, and I can just feel my eyes sinking into my head. I'm like, it's time to lie down for half an hour. But then I'm fine, and then I get back up again, and I'm ready to go.
I mean, it blows my mind you're training for the marathon.
I know.
We will put a link in the show notes. You're raising money for the Marsden.
I am.
I mean, the Marsden, I also have a family member having a lot of treatment there, and it's the most phenomenal place.
We are so lucky to have it. What they're achieving, what they're doing is extraordinary. It's one of these incredibly unique places full of
wonderful people that are devoting their lives to fight a war against cancer for us every single day. And it's my second home, and it will be for the rest of my life. If I can be a little part of the path that they're on to find new drugs and new treatments that allow people like me with a terrible diagnosis but to live pretty normally for as long as they can.
And look at Deborah. I mean,
exactly.
Bow Babe, who we had on the show too. I mean,
incredible.
What a rock star she was, and they gave her a
much
really,
longer than she probably should have had.
Yeah.
A lot of that was probably down to her positivity a lot of the time. But they were clever, and they did this together. And I mean, she's an inspiration. Really.
She is.
We have to support them because they are fighting this for us.
And you are supporting them by running the marathon. I mean, before we finished, I mean, how are you doing that? And
I have no idea. I don't love it. I'm
not
gonna lie, not when
God,
it's this
I
cold.
wouldn't love it, and I'm not dealing with what you're going through.
No,
I mean, my
it's very cold
God,
as
Emma.
well at the moment. But do you know, I have some wonderful people helping me.
I bet.
So Ben College Cole has helped me with Be Military Fit. And the trainer there, Tom, I mean, his body is so ridiculous that if he's topless, I'd train at -5. It's not a problem for me. Every morning, and I need to go and do my run. I don't really want to, but when I come back, I do feel incredible. By training, I'm making my body as strong as possible and regaining everything that was depleted from me from the cancer. So when I have to fight again, which I will at some point, I'm going to be ready. And I think that's the most important thing. I want to be stronger and even better health mentally and physically
I'm
than
sure
I was before.
Yeah, I'm sure it's really additive. And yeah, please do go into the show notes and go to the Just Giving link there.
And I'm actually number 2. I'm the second highest fundraiser for the marathon as a whole at the moment.
Is that
which
right?
Is incredible, yeah.
I mean, you've smashed your target, but you know,
got to
keep
going.
Keep going. Any final words for people who might be going through what you're going through? I mean, your approach, attitude, warmth is really just. I mean, I can't put it into words. It's huge.
It's so difficult. It's easy for me to say at the moment because things are relatively smooth for me, and there are people that are having a much tougher time. But trying to live your life, trying to see the joy in your life, and managing your health and your mental health and your stress, and taking all of that away, and it is so important, I think. And looking after yourself.
Yes.
I think since I've started doing that, my positivity is so much better.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
So much luck with the marathon.
I know.
I mean, amazing.
Definitely.
Emma, stay in touch.
Thank you so much.
We'll keep you posted. Yeah. And thank you. Thank you.
Wow, what an amazing woman. Please donate if you can to help Emma in her war against cancer. The link is in the show notes below. I think she has smashed her first target, so has doubled it and has raised the most of any individual so far. So anything you can give would be amazing. Next though, Heather Steele and Alexandra Dudley went to sample the very best martinis in London. I mean, tough job, somebody's got to do it.
So today we have the very fun job of tasting London's best, arguably best martinis.
We're starting off at the Connaught Bar, which is one of the very best places in London to have a classic martini.
12:30 is definitely the earliest martini that I have ever had. So
I feel like I've maybe had one at 12:30 before a lunch, but not as many as we're going to have.
No, we're going to have 3, so
yeah,
it's going to be exciting.
Luckily, I think there are some bar snacks.
So do you want to head in?
Let's go.
Let's go. Cool.
Welcome, ladies.
Hello.
How are you?
Very good.
Nice to see you.
The Connaught Bar is arguably, I would say, the most iconic London bar.
It is, and also, well, it's won loads of awards, including World's Best Bar, which it won again last year. What's your perfect martini?
So I like vodka. The Connaught Martini traditionally, the Connaught Martini is gin. I feel like you're going to have to get the Connaught Martini.
And that's the one I'm definitely going to go for anyway, because it is their signature serve. Woo! Here we are.
The beauty of our martini is the fact that we always want to look for the perfect martini for each and every guest. We stir our very own Connaught Bar gin. We stir it over crystal clear ice, together with a blend of not 1, not 2, but 3 different lemons. That makes the drink, yes, dry, yes, complex, but also with a silky and creamy texture on the palate. We provide a selection of 5 bitter essences. So the first one, and probably the most signature of the bar, is what we call the Dottorago, which is a blend of ginseng and bergamot, followed by lavender, coriander seeds, while tonka from South America, we give note of vanilla and almond. Last but not least, we have cardamom.
Which one are you going to go for?
Do you know, I think I'm going to go coriander.
Okay, I'll go Dottorago.
Yeah. Ooh, this is the best bit.
I'm twisting the lemon peel while pouring, but we squeeze the lemon from the side.
See if I tried that.
I mean, it's amazing, isn't it?
Something priceless.
It's very stylish. Oh wow. Yum.
Oh, look at that. What a lovely Thursday.
Definitely a good way to start the day.
Oh, that's so good.
I just love that it's cold.
Yeah.
You've had the coriander before, haven't you?
I have. That's what I like about it here, though, because you can obviously come infinite times and always switch up what twist you want.
Still standing, still walking
straight.
Yep.
It's only round 1 there.
Round 1.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. That was
next time.
until next time.
Hi. Hello.
Welcome.
Are you Alexandra?
Yes, indeed. So
I
you come
recognise
here
you.
for the martini?
We are.
Let's do it. And martini is something very, very simple. Here, what I emphasize, do you like Italian food?
Yes.
I use the same mentality.
Yeah.
What we do is very simple. We do it in front of you. There's a theatre. The vermouth is made in North of London.
Is it? So it's London vermouth?
Indeed.
That's so fab.
Now, when you buy any commercial vermouth, it's usually 16 ABV, 17. This is 21.8.
Wow, okay.
So what I do, I flavour and then I shake in the carpet.
I love that.
And that's become
Yum.
my symbol.
It's
Oh,
like
that's
gorgeous. It's
gorgeous.
almost like kissing the glass. Like that's.
And then the vodka.
Oh, I love
You
that
see
that's
the
hand
viscosity?
poured. Also, because it's so cold, it
Yeah.
almost looks like syrupy when it comes
Yeah.
out. The
And
vodka.
that is to show off the Amalfi around.
So, yeah.
You see the oil as crisp.
Beautiful. My goodness. Stunning.
When we drink, the first organ is the nose, so the smell is very important. Now
Look
the
at that
Vespa.
glass now.
So my version again is very, very simple. So I put a drop of Angostura bitter. This is taste, doesn't go in the carpet. It's called amber from Sacred. And all the ingredients come from UK. And now the vodka, it's rye vodka polished.
You see, do you always just free pour? You
Yeah.
don't. I mean, that's
Yeah, I love
also
that.
that's proper skill, isn't
This
it?
is from Berry Brothers.
I like that
Number
one.
3.
Really nice.
Now the reason why I use this one because it's 6 botanical. It's a proper represent London dry gin, how it used to be made. I know we have a beautiful lemon from Amalfi, but I use an orange.
Wow.
Oh, the orange on the nose, it's sweet, but the oil is not sweet. So the nose, when you smell it, thinks it's going to be a sweet cocktail. It's not.
It's good.
Also,
Beautiful, isn't it?
orange brings memory.
Thank you.
Welcome a Jukes.
I feel almost like
It's
it's
a
a
mi-
very gentle.
I know,
gin,
but it's
isn't it?
filled to the brim. Yum, God, that's so good. Alessandra, what's your opinion on dirty martinis?
Sometimes people say I can have a dirty gin martini, and I said to them, it's up to you. I would recommend vodka.
Yeah.
What I do, I'm added, this is very important, this is noce
It's
olive
the best olives, yeah.
from Sicily. It's quality.
Delicious.
So I'm added this one, a little bit of vermouth, a splash of lemon juice, and then you shake it. Show me how you shake it home when you make martini.
Oh my God, I can't. So it's like...
Enrico, why don't you take the night off?
Found it. Secret door. Bit of a secret door.
Here we are. Had to
Brilliant.
ask at cricket.
Dark. You ready?
Trip 3, Soma.
Hi. Are you Will?
Will,
Hello. Really nice to meet you.
It's basically a twist on a riff on a martini, which is more leaning towards a Gibson martini.
Okay.
So you
Wow,
have
it's
a
pink.
pic-
The whole
Yeah.
thing is pre-made.
Yes, so we kind of keep it at a minus 17 temperature, so it kind of have that silky kind of texture, and that's finished with citrus pepper on top.
Oh, wow.
Has the garnish.
So
basically.
excited. So here
It's
for it.
citrus pepper, coriander, and purple carrots goes well together.
Oh my God, it looks fab.
So the colour comes obviously from the purple
Purple
carrot.
carrots,
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Yes.
As martini, I mean, it's pretty out there, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
What's this then?
So that's basically the muesli, which is
I love
before
muesli.
coriander. So it's a twist on a daikon. This is basically, again,
Radish?
the same kind of daikon radish. That's basically a vodka martini kind of style, and that's gin.
The thing with this drink was on our original menu, and it was like a real Marmite drink because the nose is very pungent.
Yeah, I mean, I want to keep smelling it. But
Is
it like the Marmite thing?
It's very different, kind of different on the palate and different on the nose.
Does this have coriander seed in?
No.
Can I have a sip?
Yeah, and then I'll have some, and then you can have that, and I'll have that. All day we've been like, she likes vodka
Oh my God, it's so
martini,
good,
I like
Heather.
any martini.
So good. Well, thank you.
No worries.
Somehow it's 4:30.
Good.
It was a really fab way to spend the afternoon. Thank you, Gabby.
Thank you.
I'm wondering if it's still going to be light outside.
Felt like fun. I mean, I literally would have been passed out after. I can't handle my drink.
I can't.
It's actually embarrassing. Like I'm useless.
I was like, how did they have 3 martinis?
Especially martinis.
Did they neck them all, or is that like
I honestly
trickery?
would have
or-
been stumbling into the second place, let alone the third.
Yeah.
Do you like a martini? I'd never choose a martini.
No, me
No.
neither.
I would
margarita.
love to be a martini girl, though. I
My
would
girl.
love that.
So chic.
It's very chic.
Do you? I don't like margaritas.
Oh, I could
love-
drink
it's-
100.
Laura,
But then
I
you'd be on the
love
floor. What are
spicy
you talking
margaritas.
about? I thought you can't handle a drink, but you can drink 100. What?
I only discovered it in November last year thanks to Laura Wills.
Oh yeah.
She got me onto them, and they are so good. But I have a limit.
Yes.
2. And
I'd like to say I also have a limit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't drink that.
2 and a half.
I could drink 100. That would
I
be
can.
my limit.
What's your drink of choice?
Sorry, that just reminds me of that reel. Anyway, you know what's your drink of choice? The kind of the thing that went viral. Anyway, no. Just me. Fine. I would say espresso martini is the only martini I can actually drink.
Yeah.
But I recently discovered that you can have them, and of course you can have them decaf.
Yeah.
So you know, at the end of the night, when that's kind of when I fancy an espresso martini. But what happens is you get like your chest starts going when you're home, and you want to go to bed. But if you have a decaf one, you don't get that. You
That's
just
a
get them.
tip.
Yeah.
That is a tip.
I mean, I'm a G&T
I-
vodka soda. Like I'm so basic on my drinks.
My like go-to would probably be a vodka lime.
Just get it
soda,
in.
fresh
Get it in
lime,
clean and get it in
Yeah.
quick. Yeah. Neck that. All right. Thank you, ladies. That is it for today. Thank you so much to Layla, Claudia, Patricia, and of course to Polly, Dr. Roshini, Emma, Heather, and Alexandra. Next week's show is a parenting special, from tween fashion to tackling single parenting to tips from a top maternity nurse, plus lots more. In the meantime, we would love it if you could comment below, give us a thumbs up, and do subscribe if you haven't yet. Have a wonderful day wherever you are. Goodbye.